So my name is Joseph Panino. I work down here in Manhattan, and I live up in PA. And my experience when I was younger in school, mostly middle school through probably high school, I have had a lot of tough experiences when it came to other people, such as like bullying, and the impact that it left me on today. When you're younger, you let people's opinions shape you because you're all on the same level. You see, you compare yourself to one another because you all go to the same school. You're on the same level, you know. If I were to meet the people, believe it or not, some of the people that actually bullied me, I'm proud to say I'm doing a lot better than them in life. And the odds are it can happen to you too, because when people bully other people, they have a lot of stuff going on that they don't like to talk about, so they take it out on other people. And on my behalf, I see myself doing a lot better than the people that bullied me. And like I really wish I didn't let their opinions shape me, but unfortunately they did. But the older I get, and the more I acknowledge other people getting bullied or people feeling low, when you're older, you really want to bring them up, especially the younger generation. The world is not in the best form as it is today, but I'm proud to say, I guess, because the mostly the bullying that pretty much went on in my life was pretty much sexuality. A lot of people accused me of being this, being that, and I could definitely say I'm proud to see the world taking on sexuality in a good way. Not as pushy as it should be, but it's in a good way where people actually will lay off that when it comes to bullying, because that leads to suicides, that leads to people. I missed a lot of school. I was almost not going to graduate because of the people who took their anger out on me. But like I said, now it's to the day where I sit back and I realized I'm doing better than the people who talked bad about me, and those people really needed help. So my advice to anybody out there who's going through a difficult time, who is getting bullied, I can honestly say that the days will get better. The people will change. You just got to take it upon yourself to not let, and I'm saying this wholeheartedly, don't let opinion shape you. I understand at a young age it can affect you and it's easier said than done, but realize that that time of your life will not last forever. So it's easier said than done. It's easier said than done to move on, but all I could say is it will get better, and just strive for the best in life. Be the best version of yourself possible, no matter who talks bad about you, who does this, who does that. Just keep pushing to better yourself and share that with other people. Cheers.
So bullying is something that I think all of us deal with, and it's something that's really big here in the United States, especially with there's all around us. It's cyberbullying. It's kids at school. The most bullying, I believe, happens within your middle school and high school years. Just kids are just reckless, and I personally have been bullied, before I even, found out about my sexual orientation. Before I knew I was gay, I was bullied for being gay, and it was something that was very, very, very hard for me, my middle school years, and I felt like I wanted to disappear. A lot of people don't realize it, but you have students, you have teachers, and school that say that they're handling it or that they've taken control of the situation. That's bullshit. It's not the case. They don't do that. I wish there was more people that took initiative when it comes to bullying in the schools, because it just happens, and you have people, if they do it a certain way in the school, they feel like it still might happen outside of school or online. I feel like even till this day, I feel guarded, sometimes, or definitely whenever I'm walking around in a certain neighborhood with my partner, it just brings back, kind of memories of bullying and what I feel like I can and cannot do because of those times. Bullying to me, I've gotten past it, but I need everyone to know that it's something that, as a child who goes through it, it is part of your broken process, so it does contribute to a lot of your brokenness when you're a child becoming an adult, and as an adult going through life, because life is hard. it's just another weight that you have to carry, another um, pain that you have to carry on with you throughout the other things that you have to deal with that life brings to you. I feel like therapy is something that helps people a lot, with bullying and being, either having trauma that had to deal with bullying in their past or in their younger years. Bullying as an adult still happens. I fortunately was able to find my voice, and if I ever see it come near me or ever see something around it, I shut that down really quickly. And I'm happy that with the circle that I have and the people that love me, and they're all strong people, and I'm able to accept who I am now, and also um, put the bullying behind me. But a lot of people can't do that. A lot of people still go through a lot of these things, and a lot of these things turn into phobias, and it turns into, you know, um, an- anxiety, illnesses, mental illnesses for a lot of people. A lot of people take their lives because of this, and it's something that's super serious, and people need to be more aware of,
Talk about it more.
and talk about it more, especially in the younger years, because these kids these days and the generation, I'm 35 years old now, and the generation that is now, the mouths that these people have, and the words that they can create to hurt people is really a lot, and I feel like it's up to the Board of Education and up to the students and faculty members in the school, to be more aware about around your surroundings, or be more aware with your students and have a little bit of a better relationship with them, to stop things before it starts happening,
That's an
because
awesome response, man.
because a lot of people don't understand how detrimental that could be for that upbringing of that child. Like a lot of things could go, a lot of things can turn differently because that child has been traumatically bullied,
Thank you so much.
No
I
problem.
really appreciate it, man.
I'm the real Prince Charles. I'm giving this guy some information on a situation when I was being bullied by a smaller guy at that. He sneak attacked me. He threw me to the ground. He flipped me to the ground, and he accused me of knocking on his door and running away. I never knocked on his door. I thought he was crazy. But anyway, he never really apologized to me. But what I have to say to him is behave yourself.
Behave yourself. Thank you so much for your answer. I appreciate it.
So basically, happiness is really whatever you make it. Like, it's what you want to do. It's not about anybody else. So why does it make sense to let somebody else control your happiness? I mean, like, when you're bullied and like you take that to heart, like, of course it hurts, but like you really shouldn't let it drag you down like that, or else like you're gonna take that with you. You're gonna take that through the rest of your life, and it just doesn't really make sense.
Thank you so much for your answer.
Yeah, of course.
Yes, bullying is almost like a part of life. And in the past, most people will think that bullying is somewhat of a rite of passage, something that every single man has to go through in order to prove for himself being a man. And we now know, okay, the impact of bullying and how wrong that is. Unfortunately, kids many times do not appreciate the concept of consequences of bullying. For many times, they don't do it out of bad feelings or anything. They may do it because they think it's it's a prank, it's a joke. It's funny to talk about somebody's weight, or it's funny to talk about somebody's, disability or something
Sexuality.
like that, or sexuality, if you wish, and things like that. And usually people like this, especially with disabilities or different sexuality, they will be somewhat withdrawn from the rest of the crowd, and that's why they become victims of this bullies who will walk around and sniff out people they believe that are submissive people. And
What
they
is what is some advice that you wish to give someone who's right now going through this problem?
That is a hard thing to do. First of all, you have to have your friends. Okay, you have to rely on your friends for support, and you don't have to keep it inside of you. You don't have to live with the idea that you have to go at work or you have to go at school and be bullied about it. You have to talk about it. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your teachers, tell everybody. Point out the offender. Talk to the offending person as well. Tell him that this is not good. This is not cool. And what he's doing, it has a severe repercussions. Because many times when you bring it up, people will realize that what they do is wrong and they may stop it.
What is your message for the parents?
Just to listen to their kids. Many times the kids will have the very hard time to talk back to their parents, thinking that they don't want to create a problem, they don't want to embarrass the parents, they don't want to create issues and things like that. But the parent knows, okay? You know your kids, and if you think that your kids has become withdrawn and something's going on, make sure that you know what that is.
Thank you so much for your answers. Have you been bullied before?
Yes, I have.
How did that affect you?
It's sad. It was depressing at the time. Definitely makes life a little bit more difficult. But I think the best way to handle it is to talk about it, whether it be your friends, family, therapy, and just try not to let it define who you are, because you can't be defined by other people.
Amazing. If you would meet that person who bullied you now, what would you say to them?
I probably wouldn't say much, because I wouldn't want to give them, I don't know, I guess like another opportunity to, acknowledge that they had that control or that power over me. And I also wouldn't want to, be like, I hate you, you're a horrible person. I would forgive them. Yeah. That's...
A message to the parents who their kids are probably going through bullying right now?
Listen, and be aware, be mindful. It's easy for people to hide it and not, let it show face. But I think, being aware of it and, knowing signs of issues and how to handle them, and, how to handle your own children and
Have
and
conversations
have that
with your kids.
conversations. Exactly. I think that helps.
100%. Thank you so much for
Yeah.
your answers. I appreciate it.
All right, hey, how you doing? I'm Bernard. I'm originally from the Bronx, and if we're talking about the topic of bullying, yeah, I've experienced a lot of that. Actually, the bullying I had led to drug addiction, trauma, loss of marriages, jobs. I think a lot of it, not I think, I know, a lot of it just came from fear. And fear is something that could be bestowed upon somebody young and carry it all their life. And if they don't address it, it affects every manner of their life. Like in work, they don't have enough confidence at work. They probably miss out on a lot of opportunities because, the fear leads into depression. Depression is that trauma, and it takes a little incident to tap and make you relive it again. So bullying is real, and bullying is a form of hatred. It's a form of racism and prejudices and so all kind of things. It's not something we should be taking lightly. And you should know the effects that your kids bring in the house. You should be able to see that they have either been bullied or are bulliers, and a lot of us just don't want to address that issue. So I pray that a lot of you wake up and you address that and, teach your children the inner strength and to open up and let them talk to you whenever they go through it, So anyway, you get back to playing my horn, man.